The ghost nurse. The telemetry unit was quiet, too quiet for 3 a.m. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, a faint flicker in one of the bulbs near room 212. Nurse Helen yawned and glanced at the monitor board. All the vitals were steady. She leaned back in her chair, rubbing her temples. Then she heard it. Click, click, click. The sound of footsteps echoing down the long corridor. She stood, peeking around the corner. The hall was empty. "Brenda," Helen whispered. No answer, but the footsteps continued, closer now, though she could see no one walking. Helen pushed open the door to 212. Mr. Jacobs, a frail older man, lay awake, his eyes wide in the dim light. His heart monitor beeped steadily, though his breathing was shallow. "She was just here," he whispered, clutching the sheet. "Who?" Helen asked gently. "The nurse, the one with the cap. She touched my hand, cold, like ice." Helen froze. No one on staff wore caps, not in decades. "Mr. Jacobs, you must have been dreaming." Before she could finish, the overhead light flickered violently. The heart monitor began to spike. Mr. Jacobs' eyes darted to the corner. "She's still here," he whispered, his voice breaking. Helen turned her head slowly. For a split second she saw her. A pale nurse in an old-fashioned white uniform. Bloodstains across the front, standing silently by the IV pole. Her eyes were hollow, her lips cracked and gray. Helen gasped, and the figure vanished. The monitor flatlined. Later, Helen stumbled into the break room, shaken. Brenda sat at the table with a cup of stale coffee. "You look like hell," Brenda said. Helen leaned against the wall. "I just saw her." Brenda's face went pale. She didn't need to ask who. "They say she was real once," Brenda murmured. "Worked nights during the big flu outbreak back in the 50s. Never went home, not once. She kept working until she collapsed. Died in the ward. They buried her still wearing her uniform." Helen shivered. "Why does she come back?" Brenda stirred her coffee, her spoon clinking against the cup. "Some say she's an angel of mercy. Comes to patients who are about to die, so they're not alone. Others say she's a curse, because when you see her—" Brenda looked up, eyes dark. "It means death is close by." Helen's pager buzzed. "Room 200, code blue." She sprinted down the hall. As she reached the doorway, she caught a glimpse of white disappearing inside. When she entered, the room was icy cold. Too cold. The other nurses were rushing around, calling for epinephrine, shouting orders. And there, standing in the corner, was the ghost nurse, watching, silent. Her hollow eyes locked on Helen. The patient coded. The monitor went flat. And then, just like that, the ghost was gone. Helen never told the others what she saw that night, but she didn't have to. Every nurse who's worked long enough knows the truth. If you're ever on the night shift, and you hear footsteps in the hall with no shadow, no body, no sound, but the clicking of shoes, don't follow them. Don't look. Because if you see her, the ghost nurse, it already means someone isn't going to make it until morning.